are live. What's good, everybody? I'm rocking with you. You rocking with me. I appreciate everybody coming back to the channel. This your boy Hood. We're going live today on Black Outrage 15, I think, or 16. I think it's 15. But the scenario is about the young dude Troy Ave having basically a shootout happen to him, or he had to defend himself in a shootout in California. And it's really crazy because it's like, damn, dude, like, how the fuck that happened? But it's crazy how life go. Like, who the hell know how life gonna go or what the hell gonna happen? Like, people pull up on you and try you, and you got to protect yourself, and there's no way around it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you supposed to do? And I think that it's a good thing that he protected himself in that scenario, because he could have been dead. And the people who trying to come at you, they don't give a damn if you die. So it's like you got to be kind of diligent in a lot of ways, because it could be your last days. You know what I'm saying? And he young, he got the talent, he doing his music, so you're gonna have haters. This is a guarantee in life. It don't matter what the hell you do. It's gonna be some people who don't like you. It's gonna be some people who mad at you because you decided to do it. So let me see why I'm not saying my shit saying I'm up there yet. Yeah, content. I don't see why I'm not. Why y'all ain't seeing me yet? What the hell? It's still saying unlisted, but I put the fucking live, man. It'd be twisted up on me like this, y'all. We 1 minute and 30 seconds in. Now it's gonna say live. YouTube tricked me. I already said I was gonna be live, and I saved it, and all of a sudden it's gonna say live now. So we gotta just keep it moving. Yo, but I appreciate everybody who watched the channel and watched the Black Outrage series. I think it's pretty dope. And now, is it gonna give it to me? Cause I'm public now. What's happening? You acting like I can't be live. I still don't see it. But if I am live and you watching the video, you can throw a thumbs up within the first 2 minutes to let me know if you actually saw what we was doing over there. You know what I'm saying? Starting off at this podcast. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of crazy to see what he got to go through over there. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. It's crazy, man. I still don't see this shit saying I'm live. But I'm going to just keep going because it's supposed to have been said it. You know what I'm saying? But the way it works is I can't change it here on the cell phone. So I just gotta keep it going. It's saying I'm live. Let me reset everything. Reload. Yeah, still saying I'm live. Alright, so the guy made a mistake and he had to definitely defend himself in a scenario with this motherfucker having a gun pulling up on them. And it's like, what the fuck do you do? Well, you gotta use the damn gun. Even though he a felon, and using the gun mean like he about to sit his ass down on the real crime, because in the state of New York, it's okay to not have a gun. You know what I'm saying? You don't need a gun because they will put your ass in jail for having a gun, just similar to the state I'm in. But if you got a gun and you gotta use it, then they got where I'm from, they call it a UUW, unlawful use of a weapon. So they coming with that. They not even giving a good goddamn what you was going through. They gonna be like, yo, you a felon, you had to use the gun. What's up, Soul Spectre? They gonna be on your ass about that. And so that's really something that you gotta really measure. You know what I'm saying? When you're making these mistakes like that, especially somebody like Troy Ave, young and shit. Who the fuck wanna sit down all this damn time dealing with a fucking crime? It's crazy. But let me let y'all see what happened in the shootout. If you haven't seen the footage, well, let me see if it'll play. It might not play right away because it only shows humans. So right now the vehicle is pulling up, but it only shows humans. So let's see if you can see the rest of it when the humans pop out. It's your real life. It's your real life. It's your real life. It's your real life. You can't get in. It's your real life. Big Chick Nugs, what's going on? You can kind of see him chasing a guy around in a car shooting a gun, and that's really the best I can get it because of the fact of it playing on a green screen. It can't actually see it. No, he didn't kill him. Didn't kill him. But the way it's shot on a green screen, so you can't come out. But But I'm gonna try to just pull it back just a little bit so we can play a game. Might not be able to see it, but we can say, who is that old school? Didn't he snitch? I don't think he snitched lively, but we'll see. Oh, I'm talking about on the other case. You know, a lot of people say he snitched on that, but where snitch when I was coming up meant that me and you had to both be doing the same crime. So if we both was robbing a store, if we both was robbing somebody's house, and then we both got caught, and I told the people like, yo, it's him, he the one had me doing it, then that would be snitching. But if a person tried to kill you, and somebody tried to hurt you, if somebody gunning for you, somebody chasing you down, or that's your hater, then I don't believe that that's snitching, because that wasn't snitching when I was a kid. That was like, you had, I don't know, citizen life or whatever. It's like you just taking care of somebody trying to hurt you, you trying to stop them from hurting you. I don't know if they consider that snitching. It could be, because, you know, times change. But that was snitching when I was coming up. You had to be involved with the situation. Definitely hit that like button. Definitely show love. Let's play the video again and see if we can actually see Troy Ave in this moment. You can see Troy Ave on the left. It's blinking, but you can see him on the left. Let's go on the right, guys, like a chef. And you can see the chef right there in the middle, Troy Ave walking away from the garbage, and then he go ducks behind a vehicle. And then you can see Troy Ave chase a guy, shoot right there twice. He shoot the gun, and they stop right there at the back of this car. You can see Troy Ave back right there in a gray shirt. And that's basically how it all happened. He basically had to run behind this guy who robbed the chef dude, and they both were sitting in a parking lot, or, you know, like a drive up to where you getting ready to park the car and then walk in the house. And the guy walks around the corner. He must live down the block, or he must know them people, and he just comes straight up. And then he said, dangerous to be around rappers. They always hot. Yeah, I mean, especially somebody like Troy Ave, when, you know, you travel, the people know your schedule, they know you coming, they know what you want. It's like you ain't got no anonymity. You're not hidden, you're not tucked away, you're not low-key. It's like everybody know everything that you're doing, and they gonna pull it with you if they can. And so this dude who pulled up on him, he wasn't even scared. He see two grown men minding their business. They gonna have their back to him because they're about to walk into the house, and he still run up with his gun like, I don't care. But I think he had a phony gun, because he dropped the money so fast and started shooting. And started running. And Troy Ave had a real gun. So it's like, you threatening to kill us and hurt us, I'm going to shoot you down. And then the guy tough, like, running for his life. But I think he got hit, but he hit the ground. And I think that was just the fear of hearing them bullets and the gunshots coming so fast in his head. He hit the ground, almost bust his damn neck. But it's the part of the game, you know what I'm saying? You out here trying to rob somebody, you gangster that. You know, you must already know what come along with the territory. Like, somebody could be trying to wait for you, laying low, and here come the guy, and, you know, and Troy Ave and that chef dude, they need to be having more damn security, because it's really crazy out there the way somebody could put you down like that, hold a gun in your head or whatever. You don't need that. You know what I'm saying? Who want to go through that in life? You know, getting shot at, getting chased down. Troy Ave already got locked up. He did 6 months for a case. He was locked up a few years ago. We had a situation with a rapper named, I just said his name earlier today. But he locked up right now for 35 years. He one of the people that was first doing a podcast game. And then he got locked up, and after he got locked up, that's when Joe Budden and them started coming out real strong with the podcast, because they got hip to what old boy was doing. His name, I can't remember his name right now, but I just said his name to me a few hours ago. But make a long story short, he locked up. That scenario, Troy Ave was connected to. And he had to go down. So people say he was a snitch on the stand and testified against that guy. But at the end of the day, the guy was trying to hurt him or kill him or whatever that Troy Ave was claiming. And so he had to go to court. And then he still got locked up because he was a felon with a gun at that time as well. And they gave him like a year in jail, because it was almost like self-defense, that particular crime that he was with years ago. And this scenario looks like the same thing. Like, somebody is provocative towards you, they coming up with you aggressive, he got a gun, you know, you only got a second to think, you know, especially if you got a gun. It's not like you get to watch how it play out and then be like, I think I'm gonna pull my gun now. It's like it's happening so fast, it's literally speed. If you within it, it's like he's probably attacking as quick as hell, 2-3 seconds. and then you got to make a decision about shooting your gun and everything. It's like now you got gunshot residue on your hand. Now you're in a situation where the police could connect you to if this person died, the bullets is gonna come back to you or whatever. You know, it's like you really are putting yourself in a bind because that's all they gonna do is just treat you like a criminal. They coming to lock you up. They not finna give a damn about who was right, who was wrong. They are putting your ass in jail, and that's the end of that story. So it's like you can forget, you know, and that's the government. You know, when they come for you, and it's no care. You know what I'm saying? So that's where he pretty put himself in a bind at because he's from New York. The crime happened in California. So that means the people got to try to get you expedited or extradited or give you a court date. You'll show up in California, which could lead to your conviction. And if you get convicted, now you locked up in a California jail because of the crime of having a gun, defending yourself against somebody else who was trying to kill you, but you actually had the gun. So it ain't like the chef dude gave me the gun. Or I would have said the chef dude gave me the gun in the car. And it just so happened that this shit was going down. And so I ended up having it on me, so I shot. He got to do something because they're going to try to prosecute him on it. Especially if the guy got hurt, shot in the back, shot in the leg. It's going to be crazy. He's going to be like, damn. They're going to be like, look, you facing 20, you facing 14. Go ahead and give us 6, give us 8. And because he actually shot the gun twice. And that's a felony. So you know how white people work. They like, if you're under duress, you're supposed to call police. But in that moment, you don't have a minute to call the police. You know what I'm saying? And if you got a gun in your car, even if you just picked it up from a family member house, you're going to have to use that damn thing because if you want to live, it's only one choice, survival. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what y'all think. Let me know where y'all from. Let me out know in the comment section what city you in from, what country you from, what you know about Troy Ave. Are you a fan of his music? Do you even know who the hell he is? You know what I'm saying? And what would you do? Would you shoot back? Shooting back is really dangerous because you gotta be a gangster to do that. You gotta be a G. If you go shoot back to a motherfucker and they try to kill you, they try to come after you, it's like, well, I'm not gonna let you hurt me, so I don't give a fuck what gotta happen. I won't be getting hurt in this scenario. How about that? That's a fact. So you run up if that fuck you wanna do, because guess what, I'm ready. And that's really what happened. He was ready, and that guy didn't know he was ready. The perpetrator, like I said, he see 2 grown men standing by themselves, and he gangster enough to run up on them to about somebody for to rob you. Boy, that's some super gangster shit. You gotta be a tough guy. You gotta be an unadulterated tough guy because motherfuckers are sitting. Troy Avenue could have had a gun the whole time. I mean, and had it out. And turned around and gave that nigga a don't call. But any of that shit is gonna get called up by the government. You gotta go to court. You gotta do it. And that's really the real problem with shit like that. The robbers and the thieves are so dumb that they'll put everybody in jeopardy. Like when you come do that and I gotta defend myself, that's taking me to court. Now I gotta miss my kid. Now they wanna lock me up for having a gun as a felon. Like, what the fuck is that all about? So it's just foul. But Troy, I've got to watch yourself because that let you know it ain't no friends in the game. It ain't nobody that like you out here, really. They just can't catch up to you. If they could, they'll try to kill your ass. We definitely got a pin in the comment section for y'all to check out our new download for the Hood Film Toolkit. What up, Big Chick? What up? Oh, it's just my same people. Soul Spectrum. It's new people. It's definitely like, definitely show love. And I try to show Troy our video again. Again, it's green screen, so it doesn't even show the video. It only shows humans. And then at one point, Troy Ave walks out of the camera. He goes to throw it in the garbage. When he comes back into the camera, that's when he ducking behind the vehicle because the guy's already up on him. He couldn't see it coming. So obviously, what can you do? You got to be ready if you can. Yo, what up, AAV? And there go again, the guy right there dancing, look like he got money in his hand, and here come the robber. So he tucks him down a little bit, but then Troy Ave chased the robber around the car, shooting, and he chased the robber to the back of the car, and he holding a gun to the robber. And the robber almost got away. The robber almost got away, but the robber slips. If you pay attention, I was watching Willie D live to see the footage. But if the robber actually slips down and can't, he's literally laying behind the car. And I wish I could show you this video if you could see it, but he's so far back. The robber is so far back. He's behind the vehicle, so you can't see him from the camera view. But if you're watching it directly on the video, you could actually see the robber when they walking away from the car, about to go in the building. You could see him duck behind the come through. You know what I'm saying? I guess he don't have enough light back there and shit, but you could see him come right through, and then he's finna come. He comes on the driver's side where the guy is. You know, so it's almost like, wow, he on the driver's side. He got the gun ready, and he pulled up to the big guy, and the big guy so scared he dropped the money. Oh, it looked like he had like a purse full of money. I mean, it could have been full of money. Don't know what it was, what was in there. But that guy was going for that, and he went straight for it. So when he went for that, the guy dropped it. Like, what the fuck? So you could tell what he going for. But then Troy Ave saw what was happening from a distance, and he started letting that gun fly. When he started letting that gun fly, old boy ass ran for the fucking hills. He just couldn't get away fast enough because he was trying to duck under the bullets, which he did. He ducked under both shots, but when he got to the end of the back of the car, he slipped, and now he was down, and Troy Ave was running full speed, shooting. So he got up on him, but the camera stops. Did Troy Ave continue to shoot him? Did Troy Ave hit him with the gun? Did Troy Ave just say, "What you doing?" Like, did the guy get back up and try to run? Like, you don't see the ending or the next stage after that. So that's the wonder whatever happened. And we know what's going to happen. Troy Ave is going to probably go to jail, because being a felon and having a gun, they're going to make that supersede the scenario. And they're going to be like, you better have some paid security guards. You better use rap to make you be able to get your stuff out of these scenarios, because if you actually have a gun, then you violate our rules, and our job is to prosecute you. And just because you had the possession of it means it's a minimum and a maximum. And then if you actually shot it, that's an actual case right there. You know what I'm saying? And if it's a legal gun with the name scratched off, that's a case right there. You know what I'm saying? So if he had the gun after you see him shooting it, that's a case right there. Obstruction of justice. It's like it's so much they can do to you. Charge you with 6-7 lines of crimes, and now you got to come back with money to even try to maybe fight it. You know what I'm saying? So that's when you say it's dangerous for rappers. That's, to me, is the dangerous part. Whatever money you get, it's really for lawyers. It's really for fucking courtroom and court costs and paying fees when you get convicted, and they want you to pay all this money to do the stuff they're asking you to do. It ain't free. And you sit back like, what do you mean? This is the government. I'm a convicted person. Yeah, but in order to do the program, you need $300. How the hell am I get that? You better call somebody on the outside. Like, I don't have nobody, but you can't get in the program. You like, damn. DeMarcus said, I would allow you to live on Earth. I would allow you to live on Earth. Thank me. That's crazy as hell. But it's just crazy that old boy ass gotta get his shit together, man. It's like, yeah, he said, what he said again, he said, you banned from Atlanta, I better not see you. Damn. To old boy Troy Ave and shit, you don't want him to come to ATL, huh? Hey, Ave, man, a lot of time these countries make it so hard for felons to succeed after being punished for the crime. Yeah, so that's why most people got to go out there and vote, bro, in order for you to get a point across about that kind of shit. I mean, not like your vote is only one person and shit. You need other people to come and agree with you on their pretense. But at the end of the day, they already got their rules set from the first, I think they were saying the 14th Amendment or some shit like that. And it was like, damn. Yo, what's up, James White? Welcome back, my friend. Yo, anytime y'all ever want to send a donation, you can hit me at Hood Films on Cashapp. I own this word, Hood Films, the trademark, all that, so I own on all platforms. You name it, Instagram, you name it, Facebook, PayPal, you name it. I worked on that for years. So send a donation, hit me up, make me shine, and I appreciate you. Hit the like button. What's up? Let's show some love. Winston, what's up? He said, there's no black intelligence on the YouTube stream. Ooh, well, why don't you bring some in, bro? See, you supposed to do it yourself. You supposed to show us how to do it. If you see something you don't like, you supposed to show us how to do it. Be the leader. Lead the way. You know what I'm saying? But Troy Ave going down for another second felony, that's crazy. It's like, damn. We say having your own business and hustle is key, so that you don't have to be worried about speaking your voice and defending yourself, because you'll be keep getting that bag. That's true. Yeah, you know what I mean? Sometimes you still gotta talk and defend yourself. You know, even Diddy, you can see he's quiet while he was on trial, but he basically had to defend himself and what the fuck those women was claiming. So it just worked out like that. You know what I'm saying? So that got some truth to it. Oh, I'm gonna get some old man rest one of these days where I be yarning the next damn day. But sometimes you wake up early in the morning, the next day you be so geeked to get going the next day. But Troy Ave might be going to jail. I want to know in the comment section how long you think he gonna get being a second time felon with a gun. The second offense, and he a gun, and his last offense was a gun. So now they look at you like a what? Habitual offender. They look at you like, you know what I'm saying, this is your crime. This is your, I forgot what they call it, not line of crime. They got another word for it. This you know, basically line of work. Like this your run. This what you do. Some people gamble. Some people do this, but it's like this your hustle. Okay, you go down there and do it like this. Got your ass. So if they put him in jail for having a gun, they're gonna probably lock him up because this is the second time, and they're gonna want to be able to be like, we stopping you from having guns. You know what I'm saying? So now if you're sitting in jail for minimum 5 years, whoo, yup. Yeah, it is like that where I'm from. It's definitely minimum 5 for sure. It's definitely like that. People be like, man, they don't keep you for the whole 2. You might get out in 3. You might get out in 4, 2. But who want to sit in there thinking, could this be my last day? Could this be my last hour? Could this be my last moment? Who want to fucking think that kind of shit? Like, you just in here and shit till somebody decide, you know what? I like you, man. I'm going to give you a chance to go home. Like, then go home to what? You ain't rapping no more. You ain't got no money coming in. Every time you had money coming in, and people was able to siphon it out of you. So you literally looking at your income stream like, $81? Okay. I got to be out here now. You know, who you going to stay with? How you going to pay your rent if you're not on tour, concert, doing, you know, showing up and all this stuff? So it's like, that's a lot. It's a lot to even imagine and think about and come up with as a plan. But you got to do what you got to do as a man. You know what I'm saying? So I just say to him like, hey, boy, I wish you well, my nigga. I hope you don't go down. I hope them people, hold on, y'all. Let me take a quick bathroom break. And I'm black in the back and back in black. So I just say for Troy, it's like, damn, I'm gonna show the footage one more time so we can see him defending himself against a crazy mother hubba trying to murder you, ready with a gun on your tail. You can't even get away from this dude. He's slipping through the back of the gate. You just pulled in the vehicle. Here come this Now it's gonna be a second. No, let's get to the humans because I told you don't show the car pulling in. It only shows humans. The way this footage is set up. So let's flip the camera and let's hit this on a big screen and let's let it run. Now you'll see it better right here in the slow motion because when he's going so fast, you can't really see Troy Ave running. So Troy Ave dip behind the car, you see him on the left, and that's him chasing the guy with the gun up, splashing. See him splashing. I'm gonna try to go back so you can see him doing that again. You can see Troy Ave chase the guy right here around the car, gunning and shooting. Let's try it again. See him. He keep chasing the guy around the car because the dude right there with a pistol out, the guy, and you can see the vehicle in this shot a little bit, boy. When it was first running, you can't see the car like that. But you see Troy Ave running around the car, shooting. He let 2 bullets go. You can see it again. I'm just kicking. You see him running around the car, shooting at the guy, and he get 2 bullets off on the dude. And dude, if you pay attention, he ducking. The guy is ducking under the gunshots, so he never get hit. The guy does not get hit. He's ducking under the gunshots, and Troy Ave can't get that fast enough to him. So, but if you notice at the back of the car, the guy falls down. Notice at the back of the car how the guy fall. Now he robbing Troy. Troy duck on the left side. He up the gun, and now he first shoot the gun right there, and then he shoot the second time right there, and he running behind the car trying to get to the guy, but the guy is the speed. The guy running fast as hell, and he ducking, and the guy does have a gun. The guy does have a gun, but he don't shoot back. The guy does not shoot back, but he do got a gun. You can see it really up close. He got a gun in his right hand. But Troy Ave just was able to protect himself enough to get the guy running. And because, if the guy had the ups on them, he would have turned the gun on Troy Ave too. It's just, the way my footage is set up, I got this playing on the green screen, so you can't actually see it as perfectly as if you watch the video yourself. When you watch the video yourself, you'll be able to see everything in clearness. But just you can see how Troy Ave got the guy, then the guy falls literally down on the other side. I wish you could see this right here, because you can see his white shoes if they'll show that. If they'll show, yeah, there it is. So look up there. Let me see if I can show you. How is it coming out? Anyway, if you can tell, maybe if I zoom in, no, zooming in won't work. But you see Troy Ave back to us, right? And then those white dots, that's the guy's legs. That's his legs right there. He's on the ground. You know what I'm saying? That's Troy Ave. He done already shot twice. And the guy on the ground now, he didn't make it even to the back of the full car. He fell right there. He probably thinking like, let me get my ass on the ground because this nigga's shooting at me. And if you keep running up, you bound to get shot. So he fell. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am not trying to get hit, even though he got a gun in his hand. The guy literally got a gun in his hand. But when he take off, Troy Ave just too fast. He right there on him. He like the guy can't get away fast enough. Troy Ave is like the adrenaline running so quick. Look how Troy Ave come around the front of that car. And now he got the guy down. And there go the guy right there on the ground. It looked like Troy Ave shot again, but I can't really tell. I cannot tell if he shot that gun again, because if he shot the gun again, all this is going to matter, because now you got the lawyer saying he's fleeing you. You can tell he did shoot the second time right there. He's fleeing you. He's trying to get away. And he's not coming towards you no more. So this is where the lawyers is able to get people and lock them up. I can't tell if that's another flash right there, or if that's the guy. No, that's the other guy, other foot. I see that white piece. That's the second foot, because he's going down to the ground, but it looked like he fell face first. So Troy Ave just got him lined up. And that take adrenaline, man, because I swear to God, would you be able to shoot that gun like that if somebody was trying to rob you? Would you be able to up it and chase him? You know what I'm saying? Because dude could have turned around on some fucking, I'm not running, I'm not scared. I'm finna kill you too. You're not finna, I don't care, I'm not dying. The guy could have turned around and shot Troy Ave right here. But Troy Ave, he coming so fast he ran the guy away. It's almost like you chasing a dog off, like, get out of here. And then the dog just run. And then if you chase after the dog a few feet, you can see him take off and go real far away. But otherwise, if you just say, run, get away from me, he might not even run. You know what I'm saying? So Troy Ave had the ups on this guy. And what he did save his own life. Again, this is what felon. This is a 2-time felon. You've been a felon already. And now you got a gun in your hand. And you shooting it. And it's on footage, which means that's evidence. So even if the guy get found guilty for attempted robbery, you still go down for 7 years because this is your second offense. And it's actually going to be his first offense in that state. But do they mesh them? Do they mesh them and say, well, hey, this is your second offense because it happened over there, and now it's happening over here? That make 2. Or do they just be like, the Fed's going to pick this up, and that'll make it only 1 crime, and they're not going to even use your crime for the first situation because Tax Stone, that was the guy name. I couldn't remember his name for shit. There was a beef they had when they were younger, and Tax Stone and this guy Troy Ave didn't like each other. So they had beefs. It was always done on the radio, on the mixtapes and all that shit. Then Tax Stone got the podcast, and he started talking shit on the podcast. He told some people to pull up on Shorty if they could, and then eventually they all met at a concert. And when they got to the particular concert, they had this gun. And I think that the gun was connected to Tax Stone, meaning that he was the one who told some people that he either told them to come up there with the gun, or the gun was connected to him some kind of way. And when they was able to connect that gun to him, I think it was a phone call or something like that he did. But make a long story short, he got 35 damn years for being connected to that crime. And Troy Ave, being the victim of the moment, he got 1 year in jail, but he only did 6 months for having a gun in the scenario. Because I think from the video footage, if I remember well, they were trying to shoot at Troy Ave, but he was able to rush one of the guys who had the gun. And by rushing him, the guy dropped the gun, and then Troy Ave was able to shoot the guy who had the gun. And that was a self-defense scenario. And then they was able to connect the guy to Tax Stone, meaning that Tax Stone didn't like him, so he was probably sending somebody up there to get him shot. Whatever. This is their little personal situation that was happening way back in a scenario, but this came out. You know what I'm saying? Ave said, he said he might get 5 years probably. Ave said, with the way rap career and the trends are going, those 5 years is basically life. Yeah, oh, you definitely know that. He will never be in the rap game again. That's over with. Ave said, wearing jewelry out at night isn't really worth it anymore. You know people want it every time. You wear it, and since you can't have a gun 5 years plus because you wanted to wear a chain isn't logical. Damn, you know what? And as a lawyer, wannabe, I would have never thought about that night chain, meaning that you walking outside with eye candy. But I still don't think that that's legitimately enough reason to say he should be robbed because, and I'm not saying you're saying that, I'm just saying a lawyer wouldn't probably be able to use that as a pretense because, or a case, evidence, because they don't say that to women. Like if a woman wears a skirt or a short dress or she's a stripper or bikini, they don't say, oh, well, shit, you had the outfit on for a person to rape you. So, if the R word you, excuse me, you too, to R word you. So what you saying happened is supposed to happen if you're wearing that. So they don't do that. So I don't think that just because a guy can show he got opulence that should prompt somebody to rob you, and then that should be okay if they did it. It's like, nah. It's a part of the game. I'm a rapper. I wear this type of shit, but I still should get protection. I still should be protected. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't be like, oh, I'm the only one over here with a necklace, so I'm the one who should go to jail. I'm sure if Donald Trump pulled up somewhere, he might be the only one with a bulletproof suit on. But that don't mean he should get shot at or robbed because he's the only one going to have one that can afford one. You know what I'm saying? Everybody should still be able to move and go at their leisure. And I think that that's what Troy Ave basically got himself in a scenario where he looked crazy because them people on your heels. They're not gonna let you be the one who get to walk around with a gun. Two or three offenses, and you don't go to jail, and you shoot motherfuckers and carrying on and wow, because think about it. They're gonna look at that and say, "You supposed to call us? We the police." Why you didn't just tell us that you was getting robbed? Where's 911? Where's your cell phone? You could have hit the fucking emergency button. Like people, to me, it's cut and dry self-defense. But if they don't have a stand your ground state, then basically you violating laws, which is crazy. But hopefully they do have a stand your ground state, or they do have at least you can protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a case that'll probably go to the Supreme Court, and I'll be the first one to say it, because if a felon can't protect himself from somebody trying to kill him or hurt him, and a gun is nearby, does that mean the felon shouldn't go for that gun? Does that mean that the felon shouldn't reach to think that he deserves safety because he did a crime prior to now? So that means if somebody was breaking in your house, your wife there, your kid there, and there's a gun in the house, but maybe it's your wife's gun, and then somebody coming in here, she's scared, she a female, she probably not finna grab the gun and shoot shit, but she the one who really got the logical license. And you, the man, you got to grab that gun and shoot them motherfuckers up off your porch. The police come and say, who shot the gun? I did. You a felon? Yeah. You're automatically arrested. Like, what? What? You got to take this up with the judge, because this was obviously self-defense. There's two people in my damn house. And it's like, sorry. You know, so this is a scenario that you got to wonder. You know what I'm saying? So, Ave said, I'm not saying it in a legal sense. I'm just saying it in a common knowledge. Troy should have hiring. Security would have kept his freedom. Yep, you're right. Welly Myron, he really need a girlfriend at this point. He need to get one. He gonna get one. Hey, Amy, that's a good point, Hood. Felons shouldn't fear defending themselves because of their past mistakes. Yeah, that kind of begs the question. It's like a deep one, because, you know, sometimes if a person is breaking your house and the people are fleeing, then they say you can't pursue them and hurt them. Like, if you broke in your crib, you're like, oh my God, you scared. Just get the fuck out of my house. And then you go grab your gun or grab your bat, and then the person in the back is to you and they running away. You can't hit them. You can't bust them upside the head. You can't pound them out. You know, you can't chase them down the block and trip them and shit and hold them. You can't do these things because they saying that that's violating that person's rights. Huh? If he robbed me, what the fuck rights he got? Figure it out in court. So the same thing in this scenario with Troy Ave, where you got the guy obviously fleeing the moment. He literally has a gun. See, this where I say it's a sharp line, because this guy literally has a gun. He ups the gun on the first person. He literally pulls the gun. You can't see it too well because he got on all black. So on this green screen, they're not showing black. So the vehicle is black, and the guy has all black on except for his shoes. So his pants is like light dark. So anyway, and the other guy got on black, but his face is light skinned. So you can still pick him up, the chef dude. But so you can't see the car, you can't see the guy. But as if he running away from Troy Ave, you can see Troy Ave, he got like a gray sweater. As you see Troy Ave, the guy running away from Troy Ave, he falls. So this is again saying, I'm not a threat. I'm not hurting you. I can't. He could technically still shoot him because he had a gun and he didn't drop his gun. He held his gun. So you can see that's a delicate balance. Am I supposed to hold you? Put the gun away. You know, like during the movies, throw the fucking gun. Like the guy could have turned around and shot the shit out of Troy Ave. Like I literally got a gun in my damn hand. So it's a delicate balance. But the guy is the one who triggered all of the interaction. So that's why it shouldn't be nothing that come towards Troy Avenue. Not even the fact that he's a felon holding a gun. But with him being a rapper, and like Ave said, a motherfucker with a knife, with a necklace, and you rocking around with all this rich shit, it's eye candy, you're a rapper, you talk about being a gangster, being a tough guy, you got this persona. It's like nobody's finna probably have a heart for you and be like, damn, that happened to Troy? Oh man, it's gonna be like, you brought this on yourself. You know, even again, just like the female who go out and she's talking about I'm gonna be a stripper, but she coming in at 3, 4 in the morning, midnight, you know, she just leaving out the house at midnight, and you sit back like, how the fuck are you doing this? You're a girl, you're 22. No, that's cool, everything is safe, it's no issues, you can't like, now I'm grown. And you be like, no, you're grown, but that, you can't be living like this. You know how to do me alone, you can't tell me what to do. And then something happened, and then everybody like, well, I told you, the way you dressing in them high heels, the way you up in them clubs, them boys grabbing on you, giving you money, anything can happen. It's like, can you really victimize the victim behind that? You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit more understanding and a lot more feeling behind that not being right. You know, but again, a rapper walking around the streets with a necklace on and somebody robbing him is kind of like that's what's supposed to happen. What the hell you got a fucking necklace on like that in this neighborhood or wherever the hell they was at? It looked like they was pulling up in somebody's house. and they were parking the vehicle, but the vehicle was like a fucking Bentley. So this is again eye candy. This opulence. Somebody could have been driving behind them 4 or 5 cars back, and timed it. Like, you heard that first car door close. Okay, go, 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 go. And then he just jumped and run around and go run around. It's at night, so they couldn't see him. They didn't see him run in the yard. The guy didn't see him run up on him. He's walking to his house. He's about to pass the garbage cans. That's why Troy Ave stepped out of camera for a second, because he throws something in the garbage. And then by the time Troy Ave looked back, the robbery is full happening. So he's ducking away from the robbery because he can't wonder what the fuck is going on. So he don't walk towards it. He tries to duck behind the car because the guy got a gun out, but the guy is not focused on him. He focused on the other guy. So when he get what he was going to get, he's turning around to run. And that's when Troy Ave counter. He didn't come towards Troy Ave and say, what the fuck you got? But before it was 2 seconds, Troy Ave started chasing him. And that made the guy run. Even if he got a gun in his hand, the fact that somebody started chasing him made he be like, oh shit, don't get the fuck out of here. He just started running. And then he running with his feet and everything, but this is a pavement he never been on before. He walking on that pavement. Now he has to run on that same, and it's like a hill. So when he gets ready to go around the corner, it drops down, because that's how the car pull up in the driveway, like that. So now it's not like a path going straight, it's going down the hill. And before he take one step going down, because you know cars come up and down that little hill, so before he could even walk down the hill, he trips and fall behind the car. So now you got Troy Ave standing right over him with a gun and ready to shoot him. If he did shoot him, I don't know. But again, but what the lawyers be like, you can't shoot a person when they all defensive, when they running from you, when they not trying to shoot back at you. It's like these stupid ass laws that go on in different particular states. And they would say, an Indian restaurant owner kept getting robbed and called cops that came way too late. So he waited outside and caught the guy and put him in his trunk. Then the cops came and the Indian got caught with kidnapping. Damn, that's a story I never heard of. But yeah, because again, the guy would have been caught in the act, then you got to call the police. They really call it vigilantism. And so what Troy Ave did, was it vigilantism? But I don't think so, because it's happening so quick that the vigilante is going to probably come after the fact and be like, yo, that happened? Okay, well, let me go redeem. But in the moment, that's not vigilante. That's like, and that's fight or flight. That's like, you only got 1 second to think, and then you just do what the fuck come to your thoughts. Troy Ave could have ran. He could have jumped back in the fucking car. You know what I'm saying? He could have did a lot of shit. He could have tossed the gun to the other guy, like, here, shoot. You know, there's so many options he had, but he just thought on his own, like the same way he thought in that first scenario when the person was trying to kill him, and he shot the gun, and this nigga went towards the guy and took the gun and shot the guy. It's like, this happening so fast. It's like, what the fuck, are you, some kind of superhero nigga? But then that was years ago. And now he older and some more shit happened and he do the same thing. Instead of him running from it, he run towards it. And it's like, the fuck is wrong with you, nigga? And this is a situation where he could be gone for years, but that don't stop him. He looking at it like, I got to protect old boy, because old boy got robbed like 4 feet from me. We just got through driving in the damn car to get over here, and somebody just pulled in and robbed him. They could have been in the car and said, we blood brothers from now on. You know, no matter what happened to you, I got your back. No matter what happened to you, I got your back. And then they parked the car and some shit happened. Now he got to actually do what he said he was going to do. We wouldn't know that conversation they had in that damn car. But my point about it, Troy Ave jumped out like that was his mother or his cousin or his sister. He just jumped dead out and was like, yo, you are not finna get away from this, nigga. So, Ave said, I think the court is going to say that he didn't know he was going to get robbed, so he should have never had a gun no matter what. Ooh. That's why I hate courtrooms, man. That's why I hate judges, lawyers. Oh my God. I didn't think about that. Then he used his finances to say hire security as a felon. Yeah, that ain't gonna work either. Yeah. Hire security as a felon. That's dumb. Yeah, neither one of them. Yeah, you're right. And the judge could say that easily. They could say it like, here, you didn't know you was gonna get robbed. You still had a gun under, you know, the pretense of you being a felon. You out of town in another state, so you got to deal with the jurisdiction from what they say. And in that particular state, they're gonna probably throw the book at you because they want to make sure that a rapper go down. You know, and then they might not let you off like in your hometown state who saw that that scenario was what it was, that people was trying to attack you. It just so happened that you got the ups on them. This might look at it and be like, ain't none of these rap motherfuckers finna come in here, bring no violence, bring all this street dumb shit, and think that they just gonna slide through. No. If you come down here, you go on your ass to jail, and ain't nothing to talk about. I wouldn't give a fuck what happened. You a felon, you got a gun, it's over. You could tell everybody in your cell block what happened. But if you got a gun and we can fingerprint you and you shot that motherfucker in our town, so that means we got gunshot residue evidence on your hand, it's nothing to talk about. We're not going to discuss this. We're not going to yell and debate about this. You're going to jail. You basically had a gun waiting for something to happen. And so when something happened, you used the gun. That's what we're trying to prevent. People from solving their issues with a gun. Well, how can you not solve the issue with a person robbing you with a gun? This is why you have to live in those states that's like carry a gun free. You know, that a person can't accost you, and just because you protect yourself with a gun, now you got to deal with jurisprudence, and you locked up for 7 years and 4 years dealing with going back to court. You need a bond. You got to fly back to another state, get a lawyer. You got to be there at a certain time frame, pay for hotels, pay for cars. When you get in town, you probably have to stay there longer, because if they give you a short court date, and where it's like 2 weeks to be back in here, now why the fuck you finna fly all the way back home? It's like a whole lot of that you got to go through, you know what I'm saying? Because another lawyer would be like, you wanted to make sure that you had shot because of your personality. You wanted to make sure that the prosecution could be like, you wanted to make sure that you kept up your image. Like Troy Ave getting robbed. That's not gonna fucking happen. So you kept your gun just to make sure that if anything happened, you was going to use that gun. So that means you're a threat to society. That means we don't want you to have no guns. That means you get a bond, but we're going to hold you, because we'll think that you're going to be a flight risk, being that you stay in another state. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you do not want to go through them dramas. Even though that was a split-second decision, it's a lifetime of fucking impact. You know what I'm saying? Now again, you got 2 strikes. Again, this is all state we're talking about. The feds could pick it up. It's a viral video, a felon with a gun, and they just walk in and say, hey, we're going to prosecute this. You know, the feds, it don't matter what state you from. They just be like, yo, we're going to prosecute this. We got a felon with a gun. We'll get down to the evidence. We'll figure it out. And now you sitting back dealing with a Fed case like, oh, shit. All off of me protecting myself. And imagine a big dude telling you, man, I ain't tell you to protect me. I ain't tell you to shoot no gun. I ain't tell you to do none of that, nigga. You had a gun. I ain't know you even had a gun. And you sit back like, oh, I kept it private. It's like these scenarios could go down, and you could put your life in a jeopardy's atmosphere for no reason. And that dude who tried to shoot them and rob them is his fucking fault. Like, you the one did this, motherfucker. Let me see Troy Ave shoot him again, man. Shoot the gun twice, too. Well, he was on point. That shit ain't easy to do. Flip the camera. There's no sound on it, though, but you can clearly, I can't tell if he shot a third time. I can't tell if he shot a third time. There's really no way you can see it. But he definitely shot twice. Here go the first gunshot. It's real quick, too. Bow. It went through already. And now here go the second one. So it's like that. You know, you can see him protect. And you got to protect your damn self. Because who the fuck is these people that think they can rob you and just run like that? The guy running. And he's scary as hell. You got a fucking gun in your hand and you not even shooting back? Why the fuck even had a gun? Oh, the gun wasn't loaded. The gun was probably not loaded. He just had the motherfucker for effect. But it wasn't really a loaded gun, because you can see him running. He don't even look like he got no threat. He don't look like he is aggressive or nothing. And he ran up on them, gun out. He did. He had the pistol literally out. But he's so scared. I think it looked like Troy had shot twice. Like the first gunshot, it looked like those was 2 gunshots really fast, because you could see it looked like 2 flashes by the guy head, but it wasn't. It's not 2 gunshots. It's 2 gunshots overall. So, but you could see that he ain't playing, boy. You run up on certain motherfuckers and they gonna get it to you. They don't give a damn if I go to jail for this. If I get locked up for this, I gotta do what I do. Like I said, a lot of people say I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. And I remember that from rap. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, so it's like Troy Ave ain't playing with nobody. Run your ass up, nigga. He's strapped. He got it on him, and that's really the whole thing that was really found out at this point. He got it on him. He's not running around and the pistol ain't on him. He ain't doing that. He got that gun. And if you play with him, he coming after you. So you think you're going to run up on him and put the threat down on him? Nah, he got the gun on you. He like, nah, okay, you ready? And so that's why I said that's why the guy ran. Because that's a hellified challenge when a guy chasing you with the gun. You know, you came with a gun. You came to threat people. You came to scare motherfuckers. You walked up because you wanted to be like, yeah, motherfucker, I got the drop on y'all bitch ass. But as soon as you up, the guy just comes straight after you. So before you could shoot it, you just start fleeing. Like, oh, fuck, this nigga chasing me. And then the fear from him chasing him, he fell. So now you a fucking felon that ain't in fucking, you ain't in shape, you ain't got no dip, you can't dig around the car, nothing. The little dip, that the little hill that you come driving the driveway, he can't even run down that. As soon as he get to it, he fall. He white lady fall. Now you got Troy Ave standing over you with the gun. He just shot twice. He's standing over you like, what's up? Well, and what if he'd have shot that gun again? See, they cut the footage so you can't see if he shot him again. But if he shot him again, who gonna say he wrong? You know what I'm saying? What happened was the guy fell behind the car. If he got away, I don't think he got away because this scenario wouldn't be something we talking about. They would have let that just die down. If he shot like that and he a felon, he didn't want that footage to get out. But this footage got out because after the guy got shot, the police showed up. When they showed up, they collected everything. And the guy told them, I got video footage of my house right there. And then they said, give us the tape. And he gave them the footage. So they held this footage in evidence all this time. But since it goes into evidence, it becomes public information. So somebody either asked for the public information or the state, the police, they just released it to the public. And was like, this is what happened in this particular moment. So I think that's why they got out. So it wasn't like Troy Avenue was like, hey man, let's put this on my next music video. It was like, hey, the state owned it, the police got it down from the TV. If we didn't do shit, somebody tried to come on the property and rob us. And that's another thing that's going to probably help Troy Ave. This is that guy's property. So on his particular property, the gun is inside the property versus being on the city street. Not in some alley, not at a storefront, or on a driving down the block. It's literally on the guy's property. So it's my porch. This is my backyard. This is me standing by the garbage can. So if I have a gun in my hand or my buddy got a gun, how is that violating somebody? I get the right to have a fucking gun. And then maybe he was showing me the kind of guns I should buy. You understand what I'm saying? But that don't have nothing to do with the police finding out all that intricate shit about y'all personal conversation. But it's not illegal for you to have a gun on your property. Now, it's probably illegal for you to have an illegal gun. Or, like in my town, it's illegal for you sometimes to have a handgun. You understand what I'm saying? So, it's little intricate rules that you're going to have to figure out. But this happened in San Diego. So, you could probably get on ChatGPT and figure out what they're saying about if you could have guns. Nerd OMG said, oh my God, bro, I just get bit by something. It was so crazy. You would never believe what it was. That's crazy already that you telling humans that you got bit by something. Wow. Bed bug. Lice. Just two guesses. Anyway, but yo, so you see Troy Ave chasing a dude. You see Troy Ave got the banger. You see Troy Ave. Man, why you fucking with me, nerd, man? This nigga gonna say a vampire. I'm trying to do a podcast over here, man. Damn. You gonna say a motherfucking vampire. Goddamn. Let's get back to it, y'all. That was a good laugh, though. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, so that's why. Hit the like button, man. Do that for your homie, man. Come on. Nerd, where you at, man? Everybody else show love since they came in. Yeah, so I just believe that, man, that the guy put himself in a real fucked up scenario. And now he got to try to defend himself. Hopefully he got enough money to do the court case. Hopefully the people in LA, California wouldn't even charge him. They just look at this and say, hey, clear-cut self-defense moment. you know, maybe you should probably stay away from being in California for a minute and stay where your ass at, because when you come out here, as they call it in the streets, motherfuckers is gunning for you. They see you and they trying to fuck you up, and you don't need all that. You know what I'm saying? Just go on, stay at the crib, and quit popping out. You know what I'm saying? Don't even pop out. You know what I'm saying? Because he'd already been caught up in two crazy scenarios. I mean, both of them is like, they both was caught on fucking tape. It wasn't like none of it was like something somebody had to embellish the story. It's literal footage of it. It's literal other witnesses playing, you know what I'm saying? And obviously it's right there. And the guy right here, you see he got caught because, again, they have the footage coming out. So the footage had to be released from the government or the state because there's no way this guy would have put footage out there incriminating Troy Ave. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously it's still incriminating because he's a felon. But obviously he didn't know that this was going to happen. So it's like, whatever you got to use it. But that guy who came in there had a gun. So it was so easy for him to really tell everybody, get your fuck on the ground. You know, that my brain thinking that, like, get on the ground, you know, but he didn't do that. He ran straight to the guy who he knew he had the money in his hand, and he was trying to make it a great escape. But Troy Ave was able to catch him, shooting him guns. The gunshot sound was so loud for the guy, I think that made him drop to the ground. It looked like he fell, but I think it made him just drop down, because it's like he shot twice. So by the time you shoot the third one, that's when you get hit in the back. That's when you get hit in the leg. So he was like, no. Plus, I'm about to be running down the hill, so I can't control my speed because he's running for his life. So imagine you running for your life and then they drop down. You really can't control your speed. You're going to be trying to pull back and the motherfucker's still shooting. What if it hits you? You know, it's like so many scenarios of rappers going out knowing they are the target. Stay at home, man. If your home is happy, nothing outside will match it. That's a fact, boy. Yeah, because you just got to go get all the shit you want and be at the crib. But I think they was doing business moves. Like he said, they did some kind of chef event, cooking event. I guess Troy Ave was either one of the artists or guests, whatever. And they was doing some kind of event. And again, the people at the event seeing you, and you got your Gucci on or whatever fancy shit you got. You know rappers, they come in town, they fuck with you. So it's like, then you ride in a Bentley, like that's gonna make everybody think that you got it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, hey, I don't care, I'll take a chance. Hey, that nigga got it. Hey, I'll ride over there. Let's go. Who going with me? Y'all scary ass, man. I'm going. I don't give a fuck. And they pull up to the crib, and then they asked time to make that move, and they did. They made the move. So we'll see if they're gonna make Troy Ave get his shit together. Is he gonna get locked up behind this? It's like crazy, because the people who did this to you, the guy trying to rob you, he don't know your scenario. He don't know you might be on papers and shit. You can't be holding no gun. You can't be, but they put your life in such a jeopardy moment that you got to make a decision. You can't sit back and wonder, like, man, what if they indict me on this? What if they bring me up on trial? What if they come and start trying to make me go to court? Like, you can't say nothing. Like, it's like, I have to survive. I got kids. I got ambitions. So, you know, like, I think that's probably what kicked in faster for him. Like, I'm not about to die right now. I'm not about to get robbed. None of these things are about to happen. So if you the one that's the perpetrator, then I'm going to show your ass something. Fuck that. And most times having that level of gumption and respect for yourself and hard mindset, that's what kept him alive. That's what kept him alive, because the guy had to think now. Am I the one that's the killer in this moment and ain't going to care about shit? Or am I getting the hell out of here because I'm trying to, because he looked like he had whatever he was trying to steal. He had his gun too. So, but he was trying to get out of there. Oh, and then it looked like he could have dropped what he was stealing because it was left on the floor. But if something was left on the floor, I don't know if it was the same pouch. But if it was, then that's another scenario for the police to say he never really stole nothing. He was just, he grabbed it. You know what I'm saying? You'd be like, no, he stole my shit. I don't know what you're talking about. He said, what would I have done in that scenario? That's why I respect Troy Ave. I gotta get to him, because I don't know if I would have been able to up the gun and do all that. I can't say it, you know what I'm saying? I can't say, because then too, you know, how familiar are you with shooting guns, in recent months or years, you know what I'm saying? And then fast moving scenarios, how are you going to be able to see the whole thing if it's dark and shit? You know what I'm saying? Maybe you can, maybe you can't. And then if it do go down, will you go too far? You know, because your adrenaline pumping is going so crazy, and then you finally got the guy on the ground. Are you gonna be able to say, "Oh, it's a day down there"? Or are you gonna go unload the gun? Pop, 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 pop. Then it's over with. And you like, I just shot somebody 13 times. What the fuck? You know, it's like you really can't gauge it. That's why I respect little Troy Ave, because twice in that same kind of scenario, he did the move that kept him alive. And so that's something that you just gotta respect. It's almost like you driving in the rain and it's traffic everywhere. It's just raining hard as a bitch. It's raining. And then your car spin out in a whole circle. But you don't hit nobody. You don't bump nobody. You don't hit the curb. You spin right back into place. Do you park the car and say, what the fuck was that? Or do you keep driving? So that's the question. People saw your ass just do that. They looking at you like, damn, that man just spent out. But you ain't hit nobody. You ain't crashing to nobody. Do you pull the car and say, get out the car in the rain? Oh my God, I'm alive. You know, or do you just fucking drive to the crib and say, I'm not driving nowhere when it rains next time. I think I was going through that fast. So it's kind of like that. You never know what the hell you're going to do in those scenarios. You know what I'm saying? That's just one of the moments when he actually had the gun on him. I personally believe, had he not had that gun, both of them would have been dead. That's my personal belief. I don't think that guy would have robbed him and ran. I think he would have felt power. He would have robbed the first guy, and then he would have looked around and saw the next guy standing there like, he'd have been like, give me your necklace, give me your shit. You know what I'm saying? And he could have got the gun. He had a gun. He ran up with the gun out. So he knew that that guy was going to be standing there scared. Like, get me out, motherfucker. He said, well, shit, I ain't got nothing with him. You know, but that wasn't what happened wasn't what he expected. Troy Ave, and anybody hear them type of gunshots splashing at your fucking ear, you're not necessarily going to be like, where's that coming from? You're going to run for your fucking life. You know what I'm saying? And again, the robber, probably not being athletic, he couldn't get down the hill. Well, you know how your car pull up? He couldn't do that. So he fell. And now you got Troy Ave running full speed. He up on your hill. He on you already. So now what do? You got to sit back and surrender. And he probably was like, you ain't going nowhere till the police come. But they released the footage. The police released the footage. So now they got all of us talking and swirling about what's going to be Troy Ave's future, because in the government law, he's supposed to have a felony. And he's supposed to go down for that shit. They don't be letting certain people slide. They don't be letting certain people get through and be like, man, you cool, man. I know you had to do. They don't be giving a fuck. Even that boy who had killed that little rap kid, Vaughn, rest in peace. That kid went to jail. They locked him up. Wasn't trying to lock his ass was in jail. And the white people shifted through the shit and figured it out and was like, all right, you can go home. That was a self-defense. But he wasn't at the crib all day like, man, you saw what happened last weekend? No, he was in jail like, shit, hope I get out this bitch. And eventually they let him out because of the scenario. The guy, young boy, ran up on him, and he defended his cousin brother, you know, his brother or whatever. And they said that was a self-defense scenario. However, this scenario is similar, where a guy ran up on him, and then you kind of like right there with the gun in your hand, and you used it. You know what I'm saying? So, but as a felon, was that the right thing to do? You know what I'm saying? But they better not play that felon game with him, because they play that game with black people, and it's like, come on. I had to protect him, had to protect me, because I don't think that guy would have robbed him and was like, get out of here, go. He would have looked and saw his ass, he got a necklace on him, man, give me that shit too. What else y'all got this motherfucker? Who do? Looking in the car, because they both stuck. Like, a person has a gun to you, you can't do anything. He gonna go in your car and shit, get your change out your thing, throw it in his pocket. Y'all niggas better not move. And you sitting back like, man, I've been saving that change like 3 months, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But he could definitely kill you if he chooses to. So I think Troy Ave played the moment like it was. Like, it's a life and death situation going on right now. I'm going to live. And how I'm going to live is I'm going to turn it up on your ass so high that you got to kill me. And old boy was like, oh shit, and tried to run. He couldn't get away fast enough. But if he could have got away, he probably would have been online showing pictures and shit. Yeah, we just robbed them motherfuckers. Boy, we went, man, they scary ass, man. But they didn't work out like that. He the one got caught. He the one down. You know, I know his homies probably was sitting out there in the car like, damn, what's taking him so damn long? He went up in the crib. That he think he in there chilling. Like, man, they caught up with that nigga. They had to pull away. Like, we can't wait for him no more. Especially when they saw the police pulling down. They like, what the fuck? Let's get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Because they probably thought that was going to be a quick kill, a quick robbery, and then you run. But it didn't work out like that. Dude asked for to be sitting in the fucking county somewhere over some stupid ass shit, and he didn't get nothing from it. And then imagine that. They calling you to come to court because you want to talk about the fact that you just got robbed and you protected the other guy. And people still try to call you a snitch in that particular situation. But you had to do what you had to do to protect yourself and protect the other guy. So you got to go to court in another state and they calling you a snitch. And how was you going to survive? That's why you got to do what you got to do. You gotta live. You gotta survive. You have to be on earth. You have to be a person that make it. You can't be a person that get taken down or taken out. That's not going to help you. You want to be alive. You want to be well. You know what I'm saying? And you got to come to court and testify against this guy, and you got a felony on you that you got to fight. You have, every time you go into court on the fact that you had a gun. So as soon as you get done talking in here, you go over there and talk to your judge. Oh, sir, do you have a plea yet? No, I'm still talking to my lawyer right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because they're going to try to prosecute him instead of looking at it like it was a self-defense case. Which, to me, it was highly a self-defense scenario. But, you know, and then if it was one of those guns with the shit scratched off, they could make that be a problem for you. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like, no, this gun, and it don't even have like a serial number on it. You know what I'm saying? This is like, it's probably got murders and shit on it. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing that opens up. Now they get to take the gun, examine it, and they come back saying they got this, that, and the third on it, but it's in your possession currently. They could put that crime on you. Where were you April 14th? You like, I don't even remember. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, well, you going to pad this crime until you figure that shit out. You like, whoa, hold up. I was at church all day. Yeah, we did church from morning, noon, and night. We never left. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how you going to get through that scenario, you know? But that's something Troy Ave got to fight through as a young dude. I think he's smart enough to figure it out. He even got through some rough scenarios that probably would have broke a few other guys if they had to go through that. People trying to gun for you and kill you. People trying to, you know, take you out, mock you out on the internet and YouTube and all these podcasts, and then you get locked up trying to protect yourself in that particular place because what they said they was gonna do. They saw it through. They made sure they actually did it. But God bless you to be able to make it through that scenario. You didn't get hurt, you know what I'm saying? But they still say you had a gun, you going to jail. So Troy Ave went to jail for having that gun. And he was already a felon prior to that. So that's why they wanted him to go to jail. They was like, hey, you're already a felon. But I protected myself in this scenario. And it was like, that to me was a more glaring scenario than this one. This one looked like he wasn't being accosted. He wasn't being threatened. The threat was on the other guy. But to me, you would have been next. It wouldn't have just been like that guy turned around like he was going to leave because I think he heard Troy Ave moving. Troy Ave was moving to hide behind the car. But that's what made the guy turn around and get ready to exit. And then some Troy Ave started shooting. He was like, no, you ain't making your ass get away from here. So it's crazy, man. But I want y'all to like and subscribe and keep sharing my message. You just watch Black Outrage 15. We appreciate that, man. Definitely hit up after this video because it's going to be a video at the top or the bottom that you can watch. You can continue watching these series. Joe Mama said, when these people going to figure out that Troy ain't playing with these niggas? You see what I'm trying to say? He ain't letting you slide and just he basically got a different heart. It's a different heart. You know, like I said, a lot of guys would have folded in that moment, or they would have just sat there and watched it unfold. Or they would have ran their ass in the crib, or they just would have ran down the hill and got the fuck out of there and be like, I'm not finna deal with this. But Troy Ave, he showed up, and he let that gun fly. He let that bitch scream. And them sounds alone, I think, made old boy hit the damn ground. Like, I'm not finna be running and this motherfucker shooting this damn gun. You know what I mean? He could have been in the hospital, like, laid up, like, yeah, you got a bullet in your spleen. Like, what the fuck? It's lodged in there. You can't do surgery on it. You like, oh, my God. So, but that's his own fault. You know what I'm saying? You want to run up on somebody with a gun and think they going to be spooked. But them niggas ain't scared of shit. You know what I'm saying? They might be having a high fear of things, but that's the last thing gonna scare them. It seemed like this nigga running around like a baby Denzel Washington. Some shit go down, he know just what to do next. He go grab the shit, put a chair in front of you, jump over that motherfucker and hold you down. You like, what the fuck just happened? How the fuck this nigga knew how to do that? You know what I'm saying? And they holding you to the police come. You like, god damn. You know, like one of them shows, like another nigga thwarted my goddamn plan. Like this, I had planned on, and then I said when I was gonna get out of here too, cause they waiting. It's like none of that worked out. Only thing happened was your ass going to jail, and this nigga gonna have to go to court and prove that he was only defending himself and defending the moment. But the white people gonna be the ones who get to decide if you do some time. And it might be better for him to do the time with the white folks in the state, because the feds, they gonna try to really earth you and fuck up your future and keep you in there for a nice little time. Joe Mama said he been shot twice. He not telling. Yeah, he letting that be a third time. I swear to God. I know he was shot twice. But he live a fast life, you know, and then if y'all hear his music, boy, good as hell for music. You probably already know that, though. Very, 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 very talented. That's why I always be thinking. I be like, damn, somebody with this kind of talent on the music. That's why they be trying to kill his name. Because some people make music and it sound good. But then some people make music, it be like, I play that damn song again. And then you, by yourself now, you like, let me play that song, I'll ride to the store. It's like you trying to fuck with the song. I'm not all of them. I ain't heard all of them. But I heard a few, and it was like, the song was nice as hell. I like that one. Let me look this shit up on YouTube. So it's like, some people got talent. And I think that sometimes is what run people crazy. And it looked like this guy was actually trying to rob the chef dude. You know what I'm saying? The chef dude said they had just had an event. So that meant he probably got his portion of money from that event. And now he good. You know what I'm saying? He said, it's real. People say white folks can be good like them. Can be good like them, yeah. But I don't know. I don't know if that nigga is going to go down. If that's, he shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to protect themselves in the scenario. Everybody want to motherfucking survive to the next day and not actually have to be accosted by somebody. And he taking something from you too. It's like, you deserve a bullet. Motherfucker, you don't be trying to take shit from me. You know how hard I work for stuff and how much time I got to put into things, and now all of a sudden just hand it to you. Like, where the hell that work at? You know what I'm saying? No way I'll do that. Thanks for the love too, y'all. Definitely hit the like button. I need some more likes. Show me the like and love. You know what I mean? Let it be known to the world that y'all rock with my message. Y'all rock with Black Outrage, the stuff we talk about. I do read the messages. You tell me where you're from. You tell me what you got to say. We're a small thing, man. We're just building. So it's our family. We just kick it on here. I normally do the podcast around 12-ish, but sometimes I pop in at 10. But I do most around 12-ish, something like that, 12:30. And I kick it. And I just talk about the stuff I find out about. Sometimes I even do podcasts later in the day. Like, you might catch one at 7 p.m., maybe 4, 5-ish. But most times it's 12 o'clock. I do it most times Monday through Friday. I do it most times on the scenarios that's happening around the world and the stuff that keep us in communication and conversation. So if you watch this on the replay, let me know in the comment. If you watched it live, let me know in the comment. If you want me to talk about something, if you got a little Black Outrage about something and you want to get some in-depth conversation about it, let me know also in the comment section, man. And they say, I'm drinking coffee looking at my Donald Trump picture on the wall. Jose. My commenters got the best fucking comments on the internet. I die laughing, listening to some of this shit. The motherfuckers done called me Jay-Z 25 times on this motherfucker. So I just like all that shit, man. It's fun to engage with people who you don't know. And we don't have to actually hang in with each other and stand in the same motherfucking elevator. But we kick it and we talk about a lot of shit because we all experience the same shit. You know what I'm saying? So that being said, I'm going to get up off of here and I'm going to go set up another video for a new minute and we'll talk about it then. Peace out. Hit the like button, like and share. I appreciate y'all. I'll watch.